Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to the 10th episode of my 1 vs 3 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, I'm playing against 3 Emperor AI that are on a team against me, and I'm playing as the Dwarf Archdruid Ulrik Icepelt. In our last episode, we started building up armies around the cities of our last remaining opponent, Nomlik, the Goblin Theocrat, and we started getting our armies ready to potentially siege his cities in the next few turns here. So we've got these 2 Tigran cities, of all things, that we're ready to siege here potentially in the next, like I said, turn or 2. And then if we go underground, we've also got 2 of his cities in our sights here. So we've got another Tigran city that we've got an army that unfortunately is lacking in muscle but has a lot of support units in the form of these shamans. And we're kind of getting ready to siege here. And then we've also got Ulrik and his amazing stack underground here, and they're getting ready to potentially maybe move over here and take a look at what city's going on over here. So a lot of good things happening for us. We're in a good position where we are basically ready to start bringing the hurt to Nomlik and maybe try and take out some of his cities. But before I get into the actual meat and potatoes of this episode, I did want to give another quick shout out to Casper Eklund. Left another awesome comment on the last episode. And the one thing I really wanted to mention that Casper had pointed out, and I think it's really worth mentioning, is this idea that in the last episode I picked up this gas breath item with Ulrik here. And this gas breath item allows me to, this essence of garlic item allows Ulrik to use gas breath just like if he were a dragon. And what Casper had mentioned is that these breath attacks actually benefit from any item that gives additional ranged damage. So if you have, for example, we're going to just jump over to Hingrid here, our other druid hero. If we look at Hingrid, she actually has this Quiver of Lightning. So we get +2 ranged strength and shock projectiles. So if Hingrid had that breath item, then Hingrid's breath attack would actually benefit from the additional range strength and the shock projectiles, which makes it, when you think about it, that's incredible because those breath attacks are already extremely powerful due to the fact that they hit multiple units, do a lot of damage, and usually have some kind of elemental effect that's really good. In this case now, you're already then going to be increasing an incredible ability with even more damage and effects. So something that I'm going to see if here maybe I can take advantage of. It might even be worth, let's see, if we were going to send this to... you know what? We can do a switcheroo. Let's send Hingrid the shield, and we'll actually send Ulrik. We'll send Ulrik the quiver. So she'll get the shield, and Ulrik will get the breath attack with this quiver now, and that'll just make it that much more powerful. So, I mean, maybe I should have sent Hingrid the breath attack so she has more types of attacks to do, but in any case, this is going to make Ulrik virtually unstoppable. If you also look at his stack here, he's got tier 4, a druid to protect that's almost got healing, a decent draconian flyer, and then a super strong hunter spider queen over here. So anyway, that's something we're going to definitely try and use, is that breath attack to our advantage. So let's start doing managing our cities here a bit. So this wasn't done in our last episode, so I'll finish off with this. I think we'll just do merchandise here. Actually, let's take a quick peek. Are there any items maybe that any of our heroes could sort of benefit from having? We don't have a helmet for Ulrik here, so I wonder maybe we could make a helmet. Let's take a quick peek here and see if maybe we can forge out a helmet for him. Yeah, let's give him a helmet. Not sure if there's really anything that's going to give him a ton of benefit. Ranged abilities ignore range penalties and line of sight penalties and do +1 damage. You know what? Let's do that. We'll call this the Seeker Helmet. Whoops. Helmet. There we go. So this way, ranged abilities will ignore range penalties and line of sight penalties, and they'll do an extra damage. So that breath attack will not only ignore line of sight, but it'll actually do an extra damage, which will be kind of nice. So we'll do that. And we will forge that helmet. And we will actually hurry the production. And we'll do that just so that we can get it to him faster. We've got so much happiness in this city that I think it's worth it. Alright, so now let's do our other cities here. We are going to just do a bunch of merchandise, I think, because I don't really think we need to be trying to produce anything in these cities kind of that aren't on the front line. Now with this city here of Thai, I think we're going to do a builder's hall. We're going to do that because this city's a little bit more on the front line and may have to start producing some units potentially. We'll make a flamer here as well, and we'll send in... Actually, we'll send in both of these flamers to go and assist here with this up north. And we're also going to continue moving this shock trooper and shaman from last time. We're going to keep moving them up. We can group them up to form a little squad as well. Over to Tarok here. We're just going to do merchandise. And Toldran, unfortunately, is probably going to get taken out by this stack here. It's a real shame because this city is in a position here where I guess we'll start trying to produce a spearman, but I don't think it's going to matter because they're going to attack most likely. And the really sad part is we're going to probably lose this Heart of the Glades. So that's going to be a shame. It's going to lose us some casting points, unfortunately. Now, these stacks here have all kind of finished moving except for this hero stack. Let's just take a little peek at what we're actually fighting in this city. So we've got some pretty weak units, nothing more than a tier 2. So if we move back, next turn we'll be able to siege no problem, I think. And we also had this very leveled up cavalry from, I think we actually started the game with that cavalry, so we'll keep sending it in to kind of reinforce as well. Now, with these two, I could siege this city, but I'm not super confident due to my lack of kind of melee beef units. I really just have the Horned God and the Spider that can kind of do a lot of like up-close fighting. Not to say shamans are weak or anything, they're actually really decent units, but they can even kind of do some melee. They're not great, but they can handle themselves in melee combat, but I'm not super confident in my ability to do that siege, so I think I'm going to wait and maybe let Ulrik come in and help them or something like that. So we'll just keep them sitting right there. And then we're going to end our turn, I think. Yeah, I think we're going to end our turn there. And it's going to be real nice. We're going to finish Beast Mastery here, which is going to increase all of our animal and monster units. Give them mind control immunity, as well as +2 resistance, which is going to come in handy, obviously, against a Theocrat, who's probably going to be hitting us with some spirit damage and maybe attempts to convert, obviously, but we're going to have mind control immunity. Oh, yeah. There goes the attack on Toldran, unfortunately, so we're not going to be able to defend this, but I don't think this city has a wall, so let's try manual combat. Maybe we can kite this. I don't think we're going to be able to because we've got ranged attack here, extreme movement, and sprint. So let's see. I mean, you know, worst case scenario, we lose the city. Best case scenario, we can drag this out a little bit, keep some of our casting points. Oh, they move a lot. Yeah, now fortunately this unit does have sprint, which we may be able to use to our advantage. I think I'm actually maybe going to want to go this way. I don't know if it's going to matter, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, oh boy. They can move right in on us there. I don't know if it's even going to matter, frankly. And then let's sprint a bit more. Oh, I think they're going to maybe be able to hit us here. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, that was kind of my bad there, although I really don't think it would have mattered no matter what I did. So we're just going to let them kind of come in and destroy us here because we cannot win this battle. Ooh, and we got killed by Poop Throw. What a terrible way to die. Those poor little orc units there. Alright, so obviously we lost Toldran, which is unfortunate. we lost that extra set of casting points, which is probably the bigger, the biggest sad thing about losing this city. But I guess that's my fault for maybe not reinforcing it earlier. We did get this healing horseshoe to our hero, which is great. And we've got some items arriving, so we did our switcheroo here. So now Hingrid has the shield, and Ulrik is now even more overpowered with this quiver. Not that I'm complaining or anything, because quite frankly, being that strong is awesome. And I'm going to need it because I think Nomlik is going to be pretty powerful here. So I think what we'll do is we'll come on down this way. I was going to go siege here, but I want to just overwhelm this city. And I'm going to use Ulrik to come in and do that. So we'll just do this battle just to get a little bit more experience. Level up the shaman, if possible here. I think, well, we're going to basically just do an awaken, and that should be enough. And maybe we can level up our flyers a bit. Let's see. Probably not this battle, but... And there we go. Gold medal, which means they now have the ability to heal, which is fantastic. So we'll come in and get that kill. Come in here, and we'll just go into defense mode. With our flyer, we'll come in and get the kill on those ones there. And let's try for a web on this carrion bird. Okay, we got it. You know, I didn't even think about it, but I suppose I could try and convert these crows, actually. Although it looks like they're probably just going to die. Let's drop a heal here. I didn't even think about trying to convert the crows, but... oh well. So now, let's do a heal on our shock serpent. And... let's see, how's our flyer doing? Getting pretty close. How about our shock serpent? Somewhat close. Our shamans have now leveled up, which is awesome. So, we've got... yeah, everybody else has kind of moved. So I think we'll maybe just do it with our flyer here. I want them leveled up to get killing momentum. That would be ideal. Because once they hit gold medal, they get killing momentum, which is very, very good. Alright, and now we will continue moving on in here. So we'll move in here and go like this. And then now we're ready to siege next turn. So let's move in here with Hingrid's army. Let's see what we're facing. So we've got a pretty good stack. We've got a Vampire Spider Queen, quite strong. Fully leveled up Shaman, that's an elite. So, ooh, okay, but we are fighting tier 3, tier 3. So, 2 Exalteds, which are pretty decent melee units. Kind of like a Draconian Flyer in some ways, just in their movement and whatnot. Because they're Tigran, they're bloodthirsty. Yeah, they got strong. They got Resurgence as well, Strong Will. So if you're going to win the battle, you got to, or if you're going to do it, you got to win the battle, or they're going to come right back. These Evangelists are probably going to try and use Convert. The good news is I now have 3 units that are mind control immune, which is awesome. But I don't know if I'm able to win this battle on my own here. So maybe rather than try the battle... oh, here we go. Maybe I can take out... oh, man. Boy, he's got... look at all these tier 3, tier 3, tier 3. Boy, he's got some strong units. Yikes. Man, if I give him any more time, he's going to overwhelm me with just his sheer number of units here, I think. So I got to really hit hard while I can. So I could do, let's see, Long Strider. I get more movement from my Archer and support units. Hunter's Finesse. Razor Projectiles for my Archers, but I'm not really using all that many Archers. I suppose maybe that would be good for my Draconians. Alright, let's do Hunter's Finesse, and then we'll do Druidry. Actually, yeah, let's do Hunter's Finesse, then Druidry. Because I do want more casting points, especially after losing that set last turn there, or this turn after losing that city. Really, really unfortunate. So we will send this helmet off to Ulrik. And then why don't we start making maybe another item. So Actually, you know what? No, let's just make a shaman here. Make another shaman. And then in this city here, we're going to just start pumping out shamans. Because we're going to loop that. And we're going to do that because we've got this Magic Academy. So these produced support units are extra melee damage, extra range damage, and extra resistance. So they're just all around good. Here we got a shaman here. So we can start moving them out actually, maybe. Let's maybe get this stack going. I do have to be careful because units could still come out of this Shadow Gate. I don't think I ever cleared out what was spawning those pesky guys coming out of there. So I don't want to send my units in. I'm going to maybe let another unit pop out here before I start sending these in. Because I don't want them to get killed while they're off wandering by themselves here. Although I suppose I could group up. Maybe not the worst plan. Let me think about that for a minute here while I'm doing some other stuff. We'll just do merchandise on most of these other cities, I think, because again, they're kind of behind the action, so I don't have to worry too much about them. Could get some more casting points here if I had a unit strong enough to take this. Unfortunately, I don't. At least not in that area. Alright, well, here we go. So now we can start engaging in a siege here. This is good. Okay, so we've got, yeah, nothing but tier 2 units. So we'll move in. And we'll engage the battle here. So we've got all our units coming in. So let's do it. So we should be able to win this without too much trouble, but of course Nomlik can cast some spells which are going to make our life a little bit more painful, I'm sure. I'm guessing he probably has the ability to revive his units or something like that with one of his Theocrat spells, so just have to be cognizant of that. Right, let's get our spider in over the wall here. And oh, you know what? I probably should have awakened the spider. I can do that next turn. Move in this way. Alright, now Brimir has Last Stand, which I'm probably going to use on one of my units here, if necessary. When they start getting kind of in for the battle here. I'm going to use probably the tigers as a little bit of a sacrifice kind of unit. These spider babies, hunter spider babies, can get over the wall, which is great for them. Yeah, alright, let's see. Nice getting these shock troopers involved too. A raptor, I could use them to siege the gate now that they've got that draconian ancestry on them. Alright, that's our turn. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so they used Dispel on the draconian chargers there. Or should I say on the draconian cavalry. The raptors, I mean. Still do quite a bit of damage, but unfortunately not quite as much damage. And that's a once per battle, so we can't recast that. Yeah, what the heck. They're probably going to get killed by these pikemen pretty good, but charge them in and we'll get the tiger in there to kind of maybe draw some of the damage a bit. And let's get our Spider Queen climbing the wall over there. A little bit safer off to the side. And we'll get our Spider Baby in there as well. Again, I want to move in my Crushers there because they have regrowth on them, so they can tank some of the damage quite a bit. And then I'm tempted to throw them up on the wall, but once they're on the wall, they take a lot more damage. I'm going to do it and just hope that they don't get beat up too badly. I suppose I could even throw Last Stand on them. Yeah, let's do that. Just protect them a little bit more. Alright, let's go beat up this wall here. Get our flamers involved a little bit if we can. Not quite. Alright, so I'm basically just kind of moving in my units. And of course, I forgot to awaken the spider like I said I was going to. My bad there. Definitely a missed opportunity. That awaken, I mean, they do so much more damage. Oh, and of course the net. Boy, and that is like the worst that net could have hit. Yeah, there go my raptors. Ouch. Oh, and they've been revived, and I'm guessing now... Oh, yeah, and they're now under the control of Nomlik. Okay, so that's an ability that Nomlik has. I need to keep that in mind, obviously. Let's try for a freeze here. Alright, we got it. We can wail on them. You know what, let's just take out these little cherubs this way. There we go. So... we'll break the gate, and we'll send in our Spider Queen and our Spider Baby right there. Yeah, boy, just now they have this net on them. They're not going to last. That's a real shame. Alright, well, we'll just go wail on the gate and maybe try and draw some of the damage over there. Boy, that ensnare net couldn't have landed at a worst time there, so that was really not pleasant for me. Yeah, we're not going to get a ton of damage there, but we'll do a little bit. And why don't we get our shock trooper in there to get over the gate as well. Do a little bit of damage to the Sun Guard. Not enough to make much of a difference, but at least a little bit. And we'll get Brimir in as well. Okay, there we go. And we'll set him in. So yeah, a bit of a blown opportunity there. I still feel like an idiot for not using Awakened Spirit on the Dread Spider Queen, but we might still be able to if we can get inside here. See if we can kill off these Crusaders. Yeah. Oh man, that is so sad. F's in the chat for those, boy oh boy, for these poor shock troopers that just got stuck in a net as they were climbing the wall in the most dangerous position they could have been in, pretty much. Boy oh boy, such a shame. Let's go break this wall down. Alright, so we will bring in this shock trooper like this. And then come in this way as well. We want to get everybody inside the walls here, I think. And now we can finally do our awaken at least. Here we go. So we want to get everybody inside. Here we go, light them up just a little bit more. Unfortunately, we can't get our flamer in the wall just yet. So we'll hit there. Get our hero inside. And we'll sit over here. Alright, let's see what Nomlik does. I think he dispelled Awakened there, maybe. Unfortunately, there goes our shock trooper. The unluckiest of shock troopers. Okay, so they came over to try and wail on our Draconian Elder here. We'll keep our Penguin there. Alright, now let's come over this way. There we go. And then we'll break down the gate. And get up on the wall here, and then we can do a lot of damage there. There we go. Alright, now we're just going to start kind of charging everybody over, basically. So they tried to dispel, I think, and that didn't... they must have failed. Yeah, we'll just keep on moving in here, basically. Moving everybody over. Yeah, all of our units on this side are dead, unfortunately. Actually, hang on. Can we hit anybody? Yeah, we can. We can do a little bit of damage to the Mystic there. And then let's get our Flamer inside the walls, so we don't get hit by that net anymore. Boy, I can't. That was such an inopportune net on those shock troopers. Of all the units it could have hit. Okay, can we hit them from here? We can, but we get a line of sight penalty. What are flamers? Can they? Yes, we can. Move everybody over just a touch. There we go. Now we can hit 2 units. There we go. Alright, so why don't we, again, keep moving our units in gradually here. Come in here, do a guard breaker attack, and then can we get the kill? Just trying to see if there's maybe a way to get the kill without having to get our penguins in here. There we go. Yeah, we're going to take an attack of opportunity if we try to go past. I don't really want to do that, so let's just go in and get the kill there. Yeah. Now we'll bring everybody else over, kind of thing. Do a little bit more damage. We can actually awaken our spider babies there. Oof. Boy, our shock troopers took some massive damage there. Ouch. Oh, and our... Yeah, wow, they... Oh, thanks to the wall, they were able to hit us there. And they got the hunter spider babies killed. It's kind of a shame, but... Oh, well, good thing our shock trooper didn't die. See, you got to remember that orcs have that racial lack of resistance. So because they're an orc, they have -1 resistance, which... You could see they took a little bit more damage from the elemental attacks there. So just something to keep in mind. Use a war cry and go in and get the big kill. Suppose we could web them, but it might be better off just killing them, frankly. I don't think anybody has any abilities that can heal or anything like that, so... Yeah, we're just going to go in and get the kill, I think. Let's see, will this get the kill? 18 plus 5, minimum of... Yeah, that might not, so... That shock trooper is going to get beat up if he tries to go in there. So let's come in and maybe do some range damage first. There we go. Now we can come in and get the kill for sure. There we go. And we got the critical too. Okay, so that's one city sieged. And we unfortunately lost a lot of units in this stack, but... And this little stack here. But hey, we took it out. Not my cleanest battle, but definitely not my worst battle. So there we go. City's actually kind of in a decent spot here for me. Good opportunity for growth if this game keeps going, so I'm actually probably going to just keep it. I think we'll just absorb it. And now, let's see, do I want to kind of rebalance my little stack here? I think it's actually a pretty good distribution here because I've got my ranged units. I think we'll keep the flamer here to guard, and everybody else can move on. You know what? We could even try raiding that Forbidden Sanctum, get a nice spell out of it. Bit of a risk, but I think what we will do though is we'll go and maybe see if we can get a level up here. That would be quite nice for us, and we'll keep the penguin here as well. They can guard the city. So this, if we can take this out, we get level or promotion to every unit in the army. So let's do that. So you can see though we've got some units that are beat up, so we got to be careful we don't want to lose anybody here in this little kind of nothing battle. So we definitely want the shock troopers at the back because we don't want them getting killed. And then let's kind of just get ourselves in a more defensive position. There we go. So we'll take a few hits, get a charge coming in at us, but okay, so yeah, they went in defense mode, no worries there. So why don't we come in from behind here and let's see, can we web? Oh, and we got it. Excellent. Now we can do some big damage there. And let's go finish off. There we go. We could even come in and engage in melee these little crossbowmen, which I think, you know what, let's do that. There we go. And then we'll come in and do some big damage there. Let's see, can we get the kill? We can try. Oh, we failed. Okay, there we go. And is anybody really close to leveling up? Let's see. Oh, we could awaken. Yeah, let's do that. Get a little more XP that way. These shock troopers have already leveled up. Those hunters. How close is Brimir? Nope, nobody's that close to leveling, so we'll just get the kill. I figured if I could level somebody up, then once the battle was over, they would level up again immediately, so that's quite nice, though. Now we can upgrade Brimir here. Blood Brothers might be kind of nice, giving all the units strong will. Steadfast Ward, that's a really, really good ability. Even the gravest of wounds can't stop a warrior from fighting to protect that which they believe in. Basically, the unit is unkillable for 2 turns. Their health, you can drop their health to 1, but they can't actually die. It's a good way if you're using a unit that's kind of a sacrificial tank or something like that. Killing Spree. Once per combat round, the friendly target unit's movement and action points are replenished upon killing an enemy unit. That's pretty nice if you get this on a unit that's just getting kill after kill after kill. It's like killing momentum that just goes on as long as you keep getting kills, and you get full movement back rather than just whatever you have left. So you know what? Let's just give more casting points, I think. Where is that? I always can't seem to find it in here. Warfare 1, there we go. So we want more casting points, there we go. So yeah, that's nice. We took out that city. Now over here, you can see though, we've got this other city to deal with. I suspect his throne is almost certainly underground, so we're going to siege that city next turn. And we're going to keep moving these guys in. I'll get these flamers in with there. So we'll tell all these underground units to just hang out for one more turn while we're waiting for Ulrik to get there. Alright, let's end our turn. Oh yeah, I forgot to move him. They're going to move for me, though. Oh, it moved all of them. Whoops. Okay, so I'm curious to see what Nomlik does now. Doesn't look like he really did much of anything. I guess we'll just tell that unit to hang out. I might as well just send all these guys in since they're already on their way. We'll send them maybe underground. We'll head that way. And actually with this stack, you know what? I need some help over here, I think. So we'll go this way as well, now that I think about it. And let's see, what's the fastest way there? Probably up here. And there we go. They grabbed that shrine upgrade as well. Yeah. Alright, so let's see what else happened when the turn flipped over. So we did get a level up here for Gorin. Another warlord here. Let's do charge command. There we go. Everybody in the stack gets charge. Alright, well now we are able to siege this city no problem because we have Ulrik here ready to go, so let's do this. This is going to be a little bit of overkill, but nothing wrong with that. So let's engage the battle here. This is going to be a fun one, I think. So we've got some insanely overpowered units here. Well, I shouldn't say insanely, but they're very strong units in Ulrik's stack. Not to mention Ulrik himself being very powerful. Alright. Now, let's see. We want probably to awaken our... Let's do our Reed Serpent here. Now, we still have to play this pretty smart, because if we do something stupid, we could potentially lose our units, so we don't want to do that. So this Spider Queen over here, we are going to awaken. There we go. And actually, we can awaken this Spider Queen while we're at it. Get all of our animals nice and juiced up for this battle. Move Gwarren in. Gwarren I can use Last Stand on somebody to make them just a little bit tankier if need be. Maybe I'll do that with my Reed Serpent even. So yeah, let's cast that on the Reed Serpent here. Send the Reed Serpent in that way. And the Shock Serpent. Now these units have regrowth from that shrine they went through, so they can actually kind of soak up some damage potentially here quite nicely, so I'm going to use them to do that a little bit. And we have Doctor over there just to kind of assist them. And the nice thing too is this Flamer can shoot over the walls, but of course these Trebuchet are probably going to light up my... So maybe I'll step back just a bit. Don't really want to get lit up by these Trebuchet shots. We'll send in our Shock Serpent as well. And this Shaman can come in as support for these units, so we'll also throw an Awakened on there. Just buff all our units up as best we can. There we go. And this Horned God, I'm going to probably start using Call Lightning as soon as I can. And we'll move in this Shaman as well. There we go. So our Shamans over there are taking some punishment. Again, I really want to make sure I lose as few units as I need to. I'm okay losing some of those Shamans over there. They're kind of expendable at this point. So we could start wailing on the gate or the walls with our Horned God, or we could also call down some almighty lightning here, and I think we'll do that. We did get a stun there. That's kind of nice. So we'll move in and do a nice blast there. Could go in for the gate, but it's kind of risky. I think maybe we'll come over this way. There we go, getting some extra damage. So our Flyer can get over the wall, so come over here to help do that. And our Hunter Spider Queen can get over the wall with ease. So why don't we do this and phase in right here. Hang out. And then let's put Last Stand on the Spider Queen there. And we'll also put this Spider Queen in as well, just for backup. So these units over here, I'm just having them there to, again, soak up some damage. Let's see which does more, poison or fire. So fire does more. Start wailing on the hero a little bit. There we go. Let's see, can we come in and hit the hero? We can. There we go. Alright, now let's get Ulrik in, maybe. I don't want to put him in any unnecessary risk, but at the same time I don't want him just sitting back doing nothing. Now we've got some more Shamans to kind of bring into the fight here, so let's get the kill there. Nice, and a level up too. Nothing wrong with that. And then light up those shredders a little bit. Yeah, I think we'll keep Doctor kind of in reserve there. Ooh, they tried to thread ooh, what was that? Was that a combat summon? Oh, so this unit also has Wail of Despair. Necromancer hero. I have to watch out for that. Make my units pretty miserable. Not sure what that was there that he did. But anyway, let's keep focusing on the battle here. So, heroes are actually getting pretty beat up, so we could potentially do some damage there. We've got these cadavers coming at me, which I don't want to muck with too much. I'd be able to take them out in melee combat for sure, but just something I'm not really that excited to do. Let's see what kind of damage does the gun do. Yeah, we'll just do some shock bolts. There we go. All right, now let's get the party started here a little bit more. Get our Horn God in there and start beating up the wall a bit. Let's try for a web. Ooh, and we got it. That's excellent. Come in and do some damage here. There we go. And we could even come in and do some damage as well. You know what? Let's do this. Because this way, this unit has to die before anything else can get to us. Now, I suspect they're going to try for like a convert, maybe on my flyers or something. But we'll have to see what happens there. Oh, and we've got some Sun Guard coming out at me. I didn't even see that. So let's deal with them. Send in our Shock Serpent to wail on the gate. I could kill them off, but I actually almost think it's better having them there in a way. Let's kill them. Because they're going to come in probably no matter what, or try and convert or something like that, so let's just do some damage to them. There we go. And it would be nice to wail on those Sun Guard a little bit. Ooh, and we have Call Lightning. I almost forgot. Yeah, let's Call Lightning on those little evangelist guys that are, I'm sure, going to try and convert me. Oh, and they got lucky there. It only had a relatively low chance of success, and they managed to get it. So we got to make sure we kill off that evangelist before I do anything else. Shouldn't be too much of a problem here. I've got my spiders in range to do some big damage. Yeah, we'll come in there and get the kill there. Use our flyer to kill off that cadaver, which is good for us. And then we can let's move aside, and then we can hit the gate with our... There we go. Now the gate is open. And let's do this. There we go. And then, does anybody need a healing really badly? Our Reed Serpent could use one, so maybe we'll just do that. And nobody else is in too rough shape. So now we'll just light up this. There we go. Okay. Back over on this side, these cadavers are starting to get in at us here in a position where we're going to have to deal with them. So why don't we move over just a touch and blast them with fire, which they're not going to like. And then blast them with a gun blast. And oh, unfortunately we didn't get the kill. It's okay. It's just annoying when you don't get that kill. Okay, so Ulrik's going to come in here. And I don't think he's really going to be able to do a whole lot. A little bit of damage there, nothing too crazy. A little bit more there on those butchers. And there's Nomlik reviving a unit on his side again. In this case, I think he used it on his evangelist there. We'll wait till he's done here and figure out what's happening. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so he revived his evangelists, which are going to die here. Oh, and he's got a hero out here. Let's, you know what, let's try for an entangle. Oh, and we got it. Well, this hero's in, yeah, in for a beating now. You know what, we'll bring our Horned God in and do that. Bring our Shock Serpent in and do this. And then just start bringing in all of our shamans here. There we go. And then our heroes. Let's see, can we call lightning? Yeah, we can. Let's try it on the hero. Get our warlord in there as well. Not quite in range to go for a web. Now this hero is fearsome, so we do have a chance to get the kill here actually. I don't know if I want to risk it though, because this trebuchet shot could really beat up my flyers, so I think I'm going to actually hold off. Alright, now let's do some fire there. And then we can kill off the hero. Unfortunately, that trebuchet may kill my hero, but at this point, that's a pretty small price to pay. Yeah, I probably should have run her away, to be perfectly honest. Not the end of the world, though. Alright, so now we just have to kind of clean this battle up here. Alright, let's see, what are we dealing with? So come charging over here. Oh, do some big damage there, as you saw. Move our spiders in over here. Flyers can come over as well. Got to get our hero into this battle. Or inside the castle walls, I should say. And then we'll throw a nourishing meal on our shock serpent. There we go. Just kind of sending everybody over at this point. There we go. Oof. Yeah, they're still taking some pounding over there, so I want to take out this trebuchet here. There we go. Trebuchet's down now. Don't have to worry about it at this point. Okay, we're just gonna move everybody over. And we'll drop, maybe we'll drop a heal on somebody who needs it if anybody does. Yeah, we'll heal up our hero at least. We're just gonna end our turn there. Not a whole lot else can really happen. That trebuchet is gonna blast somebody. Yeah, there we go. Alright, now let's put a heal on someone who needs it. Maybe on these flyers. There we go. Can anybody else heal? These guys can. And we'll just heal themselves, I guess. There we go. Alright, our Horned God can finish off the trebuchet. And Ulrik, I don't think he has any other abilities that he can use. No. Alright, so now we'll just finish off this battle, basically. Sorry this was kind of a long one, but it was important to get it right. Didn't want to risk any craziness happening. There we go. Alright, so another of Nomlik's cities is now in our control. And we did lose a couple of units, and unfortunately we lost that hero. That was a unfortunate turn of events for us, but we got what we needed done, and we kept most of our really important units around, so can't really complain there. So we got a whole bunch of units here. Whale the Banshee there. Boy, a lot of units, or a lot of items, I should say. I think maybe we'll give those mostly to Gorin here, I think. So we'll step Gorin over. And in the meantime, we're gonna... It looks like there's another city up north there, so maybe we'll grab this. We'll go for the dungeon here, just real quick. Grab a bit more income or some additional items or something. We're just purely doing this just for a little bit of extra income or something from it. So we will awaken our serpent, and we will also awaken our shock serpent. So I'm expecting the Manticore to come charging in probably at my hero. Yeah, there we go. So that regrowth doing its job there, as you saw. Well, and because it's a Dwarf Manticore Rider, it ended up in defense mode, which is kind of a neat little ability. Let's try for a stun on him. No such luck. Some more damage there. And can we get the kill with our... And we'll be close. Let's do it with our... There we go. Nice, okay. So that Manticore Rider is down. And let's heal up our Shock Serpent. Make sure it's not in any real risk. We'll actually go put our Reed Serpent right there. And we'll try for a web and fail. Oh, okay, so they broke away and went for my leader when they're trying to take out my flyers there, which thankfully they failed at doing. So we'll drop a heal there, and we'll drop a nourishing meal there. We'll do a spit there and turn them around. Shock Serpent here. Ooh, and there. So now we have killing momentum. So that's what I've been wanting. So notice how I got the kill and yet I'm still able to keep moving around. So isn't that nice? So we'll go over here and we can get the flank kill. And now our Shock Serpent can come in and get the finisher. There we go. Excellent. So now let's see if we get anything out of this structure that's of any value. Oh, some additional units. Let's take those for sure. It's not going to hurt. So now we'll move in Gorin here, and we can load him up with some items. So we will just start equipping everything until we run out of slots. This we can send to Brimir. Which one do we want? This one inflicts severely poisoned. I think we'll... Actually, yeah, that's probably better. We can sell off these boots, don't really need them. Poop bucket. Sell off this. Actually, before I started selling, maybe I should have checked out Hingrid real quick. Let's just see what Hingrid has. So Hingrid needs a melee weapon, boots, a mount, and accessories. Okay, good to know. Let's go back down here so we can send Hingrid this. There we go. She needs some boots so we can send her those. rifle that gives us the ability to blast. Short sword here, we can sell that off. Holy symbol and lightning wands, we will keep those. We can send this to Brimir as well. Shield of the Tribal Warrior. Yeah, we can... Actually, I think we can probably sell that. Let me just make sure that Brimir has a shield. Can't remember if he does. He does, but it's not a particularly good one. So we'll send him the Tribal Warrior shield. Oops. So let's see. To Brimir. And then the crossbow. We can send that to Hingrid. And the bracelet, I think we'll just sell, frankly. Blight concealment, that's not really going to help us much, so we're just going to sell that one for a little extra income. So now we've got 800 gold to work with, which is great for us. And so Ulrik, now we can proceed up and check this city out. And we shouldn't forget, we've also got a city over here to deal with. With this stack, though, we can probably create a pretty decent army. So why don't we... Let's take maybe one of these shamans. And we'll move the Yeti into this stack. Maybe one of these shamans will be a base guard and everybody else can kind of proceed out. Maybe we'll head up this way. We'll send these two together as just a big doom stack there. And we'll throw these ones on the city here just for now, I guess. And you know what? If we migrate to dwarves, we'll have it really quick. And the borders will probably shrink, but we'd still have all these things. So let's do that. We'll migrate it to dwarves. I'm not really too bummed if the Tigrans hate me. And with that in mind, actually, rather than absorbing this city, you know what? Let's cancel it, and we'll just migrate it to dwarves now that I thought about it a bit more. We've got mountains here, so the Tigrans can hate me all they want. As callous as that might sound. Alright, and let's head over the... Yeah, here we go. Okay, we do have a bridge, so we'll send Brimir and his unit over, and they can help out. And then we can really try and siege this city. I notice here that some of the units have left, which means they're... I don't know where they would have gone. There might be an underground portal or something, but we can take out this little stack here. Alright, so Mystic's coming in. So first things first, why don't we awaken our Vampire Spider Queen? We could even awaken our Mammoth while we're at it. Actually, that's probably not the worst plan. Let's go in for a web. Oh, and we didn't get it. Go ahead and get a big charge, though, and do some massive damage. There we go. Now, these Dread Spider babies, they could use some extra experience, which would be great for them. Let's light up that Tigran a little bit. There we go, the Mystic. Okay, so the Mystic's going to blast us with some, yeah, ouch, some spell damage there. Oh, unfortunately, our Spider Baby is out of range. That's okay, though. So, our Mammoth needs some extra health, so we'll do that. And then let's get the kill with our Spider Queen. There we go. And then we can blast the heck out of this Tigran. There we go. Alright, so a couple more Nomlik units down. There's an underground portal there, so maybe we should explore that. I think we'll take the city and then we'll go check that out. So let's kind of get ourselves ready here. Next turn we'll group these two stacks up and then just siege this city. We should be able to do it without too much trouble. And yeah, we can actually send these guys underground as well. That will be good now that we've got that city under control. Alright, so let's figure out what we're researching next. I think we'll just do Druidry, get some more casting points. Alright, back to Choi Ann now for some extra production decisions. We'll just keep pumping out the shamans here, I think, at this point. I think that's going to be the plan. And then Gargan Door, We'll just do more merchandise. Same with Brunhald. Slurm Thigh. Yeah, most of these cities I think we're going to do merchandise because we've got so much cash going for us now. Actually, with all that extra, with all that extra money, maybe we should start making some extra units here. Could do a Draconian Shaman. Yeah, we'll start making a Draconian Shaman because that extra fire damage is great from them. And again, Shock Troopers, we're gonna loop that production. And we'll start sending him up that way. There we go. Okay, so the city of Dularm. We'll make a Crusher just to... because this city is technically kind of frontline still. Would be nice just to have one more unit to defend it. Tarok. Since it's off kind of by itself, maybe I will sort of reinforce it just a touch. Why don't we could do an observatory and get some extra production income. So let's do that. And this unit's going to just stay put for now. Guard the city. Okay, that's going to do our turn, so we'll end it there. So now we've got another Horned God incoming, which is great for us. Boy, this not a lot of turns have gone by, but it seems like a lot's been going on in these battles. Okay, so here comes the tier 4 Shrine of Smiting. Yeah, Nomlik's pulling out all the stops here. He's bringing in his big army. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised, because he did get Paragon a couple turns ago. So I knew that he had tier 4 units. I was just waiting to see them. And that actually means that there's a decent chance that this is his throne up here, but I guess we'll have to wait and see if that's coming out of there. Probably one of his more advanced cities. So it's a good thing he didn't put his unit here, because that would have made it so I couldn't really get in there to surround them as easily, but we're going to be able to do that no problem. So why don't we... Okay, lots of things happen. Let's do our items first. So a lot of items showed up. So we got a melee weapon, some boots, and some additional forms of ranged attack there with crossbow. So that's nice. So that was the boots, that was the sword. We have a hero offering to join us, a Dreadnought. Ah, sure, why not? We'll take him. And let's do his level up real quick while we're here. We'll give him Forge Apron, Guardian Flame so he can heal his units. Lightning Raw. Actually, let's do Pest Control Squad, maybe. Yeah, we'll do that. And what else? Wizard Hunters. Yeah, we'll do that. Give him Summon Slayer. That's a good one to have. There we go. And we'll... I could send him... I could send him up north. I think I'm going to send him kind of over to... I'm going to risk it. I'm going to send him up this way and just hope he doesn't get attacked on his own. But I'm going to send him to join up with one of these stacks of units over here, basically. So let's go underground with these guys. Whoa! Oh my goodness. Look at this. Holy cow. He has a Shadow Demon Lord with very, very poor morale, as you can see. I'm not sure how he... Oh, unit is unhappy with the leader's alignment, so this unit's dedicated to evil, and he must not be... Yeah, holy. Okay, so he's got a big stack of units here, so that's pretty scary. Coming from this city over here. So why don't we... Let's keep our units kind of going here. We're going to have to try and get in there to reinforce him. I don't think we're going to be able to make it there. What we could do is move our unit back to the surface, maybe. And just hope he doesn't come out and try to attack, I guess. Alright, so we know that now he's got big units coming to this city over here. So I think we need to push our attack up north and then deal with what's coming from the side here as well when we can. So boy, we got a lot going on. This is really, I'm getting excited about this battle. I think I've got him in a really good position here, but you never know, right? He could push me back pretty hard if he tries, but I think I've kind of got him on the ropes, but we'll have to see. I think we'll just save the points there. There's nothing in particular I really want. So why don't we do, you know what? Let's do this siege, and then maybe we'll end the episode there. This episode's getting a bit long here, but there's nothing wrong with that. We're just gonna keep this battle going. I really enjoy sieging. This is a lot of fun. I find sometimes, you know, if you finish games off quickly, sometimes you don't get into these more elaborate battles, and there's nothing like them. They're just really fun. You know, kind of the late game stuff. So it's good to do. I mean, I guess if you play on maybe larger maps, that happens more. In some of the games I've played where I've played more large maps, they do tend to go a bit longer because just by virtue of the map being bigger, it might take you a bit longer to kind of encounter your opponents and start, you know, being able to fight with them. All right, we're just going to get our units in there. Let's get our spider going around that way. Okay, so let's see what happens here. So we've got some units that can go over the walls and some that we're going to have to hold back. So obviously our shock troopers can climb the walls because they're infantry, but if we do that, they're going to be in position where these exalted can just wail on them, which I don't really want. Now, back over here, though, our mammoth can start beating the heck out of the wall over here, which we're going to do. And then we're actually going to send in our little dread spider by himself way over there. We'll send in this shaman to kind of help with the mammoth here. Heal him if he starts getting wailed on. The spider, the good news is these spiders have improved wall climbing. The unit doesn't suffer any penalties while it's standing on wall hexes. So, and that goes for our dread spider queen over here as well. So what that means is they can climb the wall and they don't suffer that defense penalty that other units will. So we'll send the spider queen in over kind of that way. I think I'll actually maybe send Hingrid over here as well. Now, one thing to note is with Hingrid, I have Call Ancestral Spirits, which I may have to use in this battle if I want to kind of save a unit that's in a dicey situation. I think I'll send my shock troopers kind of over here. We'll send our Spider Queen kind of there. And we'll send Hingrid over here as well. Brimir is going to stick with this stack over here. And this shaman's coming in there. That'll end our turn. So let's see what happens here. Try to dispel and it failed. Ooh, they converted us. Okay, so we got to deal with that right away. Do not want that dragging out with that shock trooper being in control there. So we got to make sure we come in here and try and kill off that unit ASAP. Okay, let's try for it. There we go, we got the kill. Okay, back in our control, that's excellent. Did not want them not being in our control. Okay, there we go. Now can we get the flank kill? Yeah, we'll throw on a war cry just to make sure. There we go. No worries. Okay, so that was good. 2 units down. Got another evangelist out here. And some cheetahs. So let's try webbing the cheetahs if we can. Nope. We'll finish them off there. So our animals can't be converted because of our Empire upgrade, which is really good for us. Let's just kind of wail on them a little bit. And let's go put a nourishing meal on our mammoth as well. Do a bit more damage over there. Actually, we'll bring in our dread spider. I was going to have that dread spider go climb the wall over there, but that's not really necessary now. We'll come over here with our shock trooper as well. Now, does anybody need some health? Yeah, these shock troopers could use some, so we'll do that. That's going to end our turn there. Oh, and there he revived his evangelists. Fortunately, I'm able to deal with them. There we go. We'll come in and get a flank here with our shock troops and then get the kill there. Bing, bang, boom. And then we've just got these guys left to deal with, these evangelists over here. So we'll turn them. And let's do some healing. So we'll heal up our vampire spider. Can anybody over here heal? I think we're good. So then we will just get the kill with our vampire spider queen. Get the level up too, which is awesome. Alright, so that's dealt with. Fantastic there. And this city is now going to be in our control. We're going to migrate this to dwarves as well because this is a Tigran city. And we are going dwarves, baby, which is good. We've got mountains here, so they'll at least like that. Okay, it looks like he's got one more city up here, and I do see a cherub moving to this underground cave entrance. So we're going to want to maybe explore up this city and check out this cave entrance as well. If we check out the cave entrance, it might actually show us maybe if this is his throne up here too. So that would be good of us to try scouting, I think. So let's kind of sort out our units, and then I think we'll call it here. This has been a bit of a longer episode, which is a good thing, obviously. Like, lots of action, hopefully, for you guys to watch, but I don't want to drag these out too much. So let me just kind of figure out here. We'll do our research real quick while we're at it. Let's just do another druidry here, get a few more casting points. And we actually have the ability to cast this Horned God as well, so we'll have to figure out where to cast him. Boy, lots of things happened. Okay, so let's just sort these units out a bit. So this unit's going to stay kind of together. They're pretty decent here. We've now got a healing unit in there as well, which is great. And actually, yeah, the stacks are pretty good together. We'll kind of keep them as is. Maybe we'll send this unit up just to check out this underground portal, and this unit can kind of guard the city for now, and then we can move them in together if need be. So I think with that, we'll call this an episode. So we took 2 of his cities up top, 2 of Nomlik's cities up top, and then we also successfully took one down below. And we're now ready to do some combat with some of his big units here. Got his tier 4 coming out. So lots of crazy stuff happening. And obviously that stack with that Shadow Demon Lord coming in from the side as well. So pretty wild and crazy episode. But I think we've got Nomlik really sufficiently on the ropes. Assuming I don't blunder this too badly, I should be able to hopefully put him away maybe next time. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. We'll have to wait and see. So with that, I think we will call this one episode 10. Save it there. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.